Hey guys, welcome back to Easel Does It Studio. My name is Michelle and I am thrilled to have you here tonight. So this was gifted to me by Maria and I'm trying to get the hair off it here. She had sent me a couple of things and I hadn't got to do this one yet. So I figured tonight I am going to do this one. And let me grab some tape because, you know, obviously nothing is, even though it's the outside, I don't want any chances of these hairs getting into my project. All right, so this is the three-headed dragon. So I was a little bit smart this time. Well, I think I was. And I printed out a picture of what it's supposed to look like. So I'm not going to do the colors they did, but it shows me what areas are what. Because, you know, I've been getting things wrong here lately. So the only thing I did not grab was a like a green for the, you know what, I'm gonna do a brown for the tree bark instead of green because, you know, I don't know, a tree thing is more brown than green. So I have picked out the Let's Resin Grape for the main dragon. I'm going to do it in gold instead of silver just because I don't do gold that much. So, you know, I figured I would do that. And then we're going to do brown for the tree trunk. I'm going to back it in black. This is just black pigment paste. But in either my last video or the video before, I told you that there was something new coming that was part of the crushed crystal line. Well, guys, did you know the crushed crystal has different colors? This is called peacock green. I have not opened it. I waited to open it for you guys. But look at that. So this is identical to the crushed crystal. Same company and everything. So this is the crushed crystal. And this is peacock green magical mica sparkle pigment. So I am going to mix up a little bit for this little turtle that I got from Resin Rockers. It is a mini turtle. So I have got a couple of ideas for this little guy. But for tonight, I'm going to mix up just enough. We're going to use the turquoise in the Let's Resin alcohol ink. And we are going to use the peacock magical mica powder. So that is what we're going to be doing with this. So I'm going to put that there. So you guys all know that I lost my beloved little, my pug, my baby boy. So I have just been, when I get upset, excuse me, or stressed out or whatever, I clean, and that is like my saving grace, I guess you would call it. So I have been rearranging my basement. I have been wanting to do it. I just didn't have the motivation. So for the last 2 days, all day long, I have been down reorganizing, arranging, and look what I found from back when I was doing makeup parties. I found all kinds of little brushes, like micro brushes. So these are actually disposable eyeshadow brushes that I used to use, you know, when people wanted to try on the makeup. So I'm going to use these because the little sponge brushes seem to work better in things like this. So we're going to give them a try. So I have got some time before I got to pick my granddaughter up at work. So I figured I would get a project done or started because I have just been a cleaning fool, except for, you know, it doesn't show upstairs because nothing upstairs has gotten done. That's a Monday project. So, that is what we're going to do tonight. So I'm going to start with the brown, and then I'm going to do the gold, and then we'll do the gray. So I do want the eyes to be a different color, but it's really hard to see where the eyes are. So I'm going to just color those afterwards, and then I'll know where they are. All right, so we're just going to get some brown on here. And this is just the Let's Resin in the brown. It's just a regular brown. It's no no fancy nothing, but so I do have the what are they called, the thermochromic, the ones that change color with the heat. I do have them. I got them in a little while ago, but I didn't know what to use them on, because it's got to be something that, you know, obviously changes color. All right, so that looks about right. And then I will just clean up any overspill, and then we'll move on to the next color. And I'm gonna back this in black just because these powders, even though they're the regular ones, I'm only using one chameleon one, but the overall is still gonna look better in black. So, all right, so I'm just gonna take a baby wipe, and we're just gonna wipe out where I don't want that. And hopefully this works fairly well so that I don't have a ton of cleanup. And all right, so that looks pretty good. And I did mess some up here, so I'm just gonna fix it. Of course, I need just a smidge more on my brush. All right, just like that. And then we're gonna do the gold. The only thing I'm gonna do the toes in the same color as the dragon. So we are just going to be doing, let's see, this little bit here, this little bit here, and the belly in the gold. And then the rest will be the grape. And I have not even used this golden yet. So I think it was about time. All right, so I'm gonna set that aside. We are just going to and I got a hair, hang on. There we go. All right. So I'm just gonna kind of do the outline, and then I'll just clean up anything after. All right. So I don't even know if this is gonna come out right, but you know, we're gonna try. You do not know unless you try, right? And I'm like, I've had a rough few days. Something's got to go in my favor here. And I think this one has got to, it's going to go up to here, because we're going to start going up into this piece here. I don't even know what you call it, guys. I don't. All I know is, for some reason, I have been into dragons lately. Maybe it is just the time of year. I don't know. But they are awfully cute. So I am going to be doing, the next video is going to be the trivet molds in resin, because I did that. I did one, and I did it in the mix to mold, and I've had, you know, a lot of you asked, they'd like to see it in the resin. So the next video is going to be, I'm going to be doing both of them. One of them is hopefully going to be a black and white marble, and I don't know what the other color is going to be yet, but so the video after this should be those trivets. All right, so now we've got this little section, and then I will clean up my mess. And I went too high on this one. It was supposed to just be the line, so I will have to wipe that out. So I might have to put you on a brief pause so I can get that cleaned up correctly. We'll see how quick this goes. So how is everybody doing? Hopefully everybody is good. And hopefully everybody that was where the hurricanes were has made it out safe, guys. I have been thinking about you. You know, I complain because, like, we have ice storms and, like, freezing rain and stuff like that. But I was telling my son today, I'm like, you know, I would much rather have that than have to worry about total destruction every time, you know, a hurricane comes in, whether it be the winds or the flooding or whatever. So yeah, it's definitely scary. I mean, especially like for us, we might get, like, they say it's maybe a hurricane, but it's more of a tropical storm than a hurricane. And we maybe only get one or two in a year. So it is not, and it's not even every year. You know what I mean? It's just every now and then. It's more high winds. And like where I am, we're far enough away from the ocean that we don't get that flooding. We might have a few roads that are, you know, overflowed or whatever, but yeah. All right, so this is actually cleaning up fairly well, guys. As long as I can remember to move my finger on the baby wipe down to a clean section, then we are golden. Imagine I said golden as I'm doing gold. Wow. All right, because I think it was only supposed to be those pieces right there that are colored, and the rest is going to be the dragon color, at least according to the picture that I printed out. So if I've missed some spots and I have screwed up, you know what, it's all good. Because I know when I did the my Halloween one, yeah, I had my ribs upside down, and somebody had said I had my feet too close, my arms. It was supposed to look like they were just kind of floating away. It wasn't supposed to be symmetrical, you know, is what I was going for. So, but this one, I'm trying to keep it the way it's supposed to be colored. Well, at least according to the photo. So we're just going to go with that, and we're going to call that good. All right, so the rest of this is going to be in the grate. So I don't have to be careful on this next step because everything else is going to be in the grate. And then we're just going to hope and pray that I did it right. All right. So I'm just going to grab another one of these little disposable, and we're going to go in with the grate. And first, I just realized I missed, when I cleaned it up, I wiped some off. So I want to put that back. All right, I guess we're good. And where is all this hair coming from? My word. All right. So I'm going to grab one of my other brushes because I think it will work better for these really tight spots. Oh, yeah. So those little disposable eyeshadow brushes, those work good if you're trying to keep your mica powder under control, because it doesn't seem to fly away as much as it does like with these brushes, at least in my opinion. So, all right, I'm just keeping my eye on the time because I don't want to forget to pick my granddaughter up. That would be horrid. She'd be like, "Mama, you forgot me." You know, and again, this is the first time I'm doing this mold, so if something's not right, then I'll just do it again, and I will fix whatever I screwed up this time. That's all. I don't sweat the small stuff. I don't claim to be perfect and know-it-all, and I never will. It's just the way life is. I am just me, and I do the best I can, and sometimes, yeah, things are upside down, and sometimes I don't even know what I'm doing. But it's still fun. And isn't that the whole point of doing crafts, is having fun? You know, I'll go upstairs and I'll be like, "Oh my God, look what I did. I screwed up here big time." And everybody gets a good laugh, and not a big deal. You know, when I screw up like that, I don't put them on my website, but when they come out good, they will probably end up on my website. All right. So, we have got that done. So, I did pre-measure this with water this morning, and it's like 5 ounces. I'm just gonna mix up 6 because I want to do this turtle because I want to try the powder, and then if we have extras, you know, I'll find something to do with the extras. So let me get some resin mixed up. I am just going to be using the Let's Resin epoxy resin, and I'm going to mix up 6 ounces, and I will be back in a minute. Alrighty, guys. I divided it up 3 ounces in each cup. So I am assuming that this little bugger, I'm gonna find a clean spot here, doesn't take maybe an ounce and a half, I'm thinking. So we're gonna pour some in this little cup. We're gonna do about that much. And let me grab a little stick here. So we're gonna put turquoise, and I want them to be, you know, somewhat see-through. I don't want them to be too dark. Oh my gosh, I got hairs everywhere, guys. Just dropped my stick. Oh, you know, it's just one of those days. All right. So we're definitely gonna have to put a little bit more color in here. But I want the that peacock to shine through. So I don't want it too dark, but I want enough where, you know, it's going to have some color. I did run this through the debubbler, but of course, you know, now that I'm mixing it, I'm going to probably be adding some more bubbles. All right, let me see what this looks like on my paper towel here. Yeah, that's a good color. All right. So I'm gonna wipe my stick, and we're gonna see how this, once I get rid of this hair. So I'm assuming that it works the same as the crushed crystal, is kind of what I'm thinking. The more you stir it, the more sparkle you're going to get. I mean, I probably should have left it clear to really get the true color of it, but when I saw that, I was like, oh man. So yeah, I probably should have definitely left it clear to get a true sense of the sparkle, but we're gonna see. I'll just put a little bit more and see what happens. I mean, I can definitely tell that something's going on in here. It is really pretty. So yeah, they had, I think, like 6 colors. I was really surprised. And I want to make sure I get down in the little head. So I do have a Resin Rocker link in the description. So if anybody, and I will try to find this mold and post it if anybody is interested. Oh yeah, it's not even gonna take an ounce. Not even close. It is a thick mold, so it is really hard to get to squeeze the head. So I am just going to use my little pokey tool and finish kind of filling him up here. So I'm thinking a half an ounce, if that. So, because it did not even take half of that container. I mean, I did fill it pretty full, but all right. So I'm gonna leave this for now, and let's get our black mixed up, and then I got some other things that I can pour that in. So we're gonna pour, oh man, I got 4.5 ounces. Hopefully it is enough. We are right close to the 5 ounce, so And I think it was just under the 5, you know, like 4.5. That's why I said 5, because I'd rather make too much than not enough. All right. And I don't know if he's running over or if that was just a drip. So we are gonna see. So, and this is just a generic, I don't even know what brand it is. I got it on Amazon, but it works really good. It's really pigmented, so you don't need a ton of it to color your resin. Just want to make sure you scrape your stick and your sides good. So, and I'm not going to put this in the curing machine or on the heat mat or anything. It's almost 8 o'clock at night. By the time I get back from picking my granddaughter up, I'm going to be pretty much done. I'm going to take a shower and jump into bed and watch a Hallmark movie. All right, so we're not going to spray this with any alcohol because I've got the mica powders. And I did relook at the picture, and I did have to take some of the blue off here because this one went straight through. This one stopped, so I did fix that. So let's just hope we have enough. And I will watch this for probably a half an hour before I leave to go pick my granddaughter up, just to make sure if there's any bubbles that I can get them popped. Oh, thank goodness. So yeah, so this is pretty domed. I'm going to watch it because it might run over. So I had almost 5, and I've got a little bit left in here. So all right. So let's do our other turtle. And I've also got my little moon. Because I don't have a lot, but I have enough to probably do. And I am definitely going to have to take some out of here, guys. Just a smidgen. And I've got to re-level my table because when I was moving things around in here, I moved it and it's not 100% level, so that looks much better. So let's go ahead and we're gonna get this little guy poured. And we're just gonna have enough. I mean, it could probably use a smidge more, but I'm not gonna I'm not gonna make, I'm gonna scrape and scrape and scrape. Ugh. I don't want to make a 1/2 ounce. To me, that's just crazy. I mean, if it were an order, absolutely I would, but all right. Let me grab another stick. So that is, it filled it right up. All right. So we have got that. And remember, this is a handmade mold, so you don't want to spray it before you put your alcohol, I mean your resin in, because it can ruin your mold. So this is a polar bear, but why can't he be a black bear? Right? So let's see. This one I am going to spray because he's got all kinds of texture to him. And we're going to have, enough to fill him. And let's see. Let's make a black flower because, you know, we got Halloween stuff coming up. So you never know. We might need a black flower. Because I think we're going to have just enough to do this flower. And I am going to spray it. And usually if I take something and I really, really go around good, I don't get any bubbles. It's when I pour it and think it's fine, then I end up with some bubbles. All right. And that's a little over full, so we're just gonna kind of scoop some out. And of course I scooped out too much. All right. And everything else looks good. All righty. Whoa. Really? Can I not have one project that I don't make a mess? I'm just saying. It would be nice. And I got my paddle over here dripping, so I would have had a little bit more if I did need it. So I'm just going to pour this little bit of clear in the back of this turtle. Perfect. Now he is domed. Wow, I can't even believe that for once I did something right. All right. So I will be back for demold, and I'm going to get my mess cleaned up and give these a spray, go get my granddaughter, and I will see you on demold. Bye, guys. Alrighty, guys, we are back. These are all nice and cured. So let's do the obvious ones first, because look at that. No bubbles, none whatsoever. So I'm probably going to make a few more of these dark ones because I think we can use them in a Halloween project coming up. So let's check out our black polar bear. Yes, people, I know polar bears are white, but he is just too stinking cute. All right, let me just get my scissors here. Just gotta little bit of excess. But he came out so cute. No bubbles. Let me see if I can zoom in and then show you. There we go. Look at that little face. All right, so let's see. I'm gonna probably do this again on a clear because I don't think you're really gonna see much of it. I mean, you can see a little in here, but look at how gorgeous this little turtle is. And no bubbles. All right, so let's see this new one. Oh, I got a bubble in his tail. Oh, sorry, Mr. Turtle. All right, let's... I have a couple of ideas for this little bugger. Come on. I do not want to pull its head off. There's my soapy water. Shouldn't pull off because it's been over 12 hours, but you never know with this stuff. There we go. Look how cute. So you can see the shimmer in him for sure. And that is from the Unicorn Art Peacock Green Magical Mica Powder. But I definitely want to try it in the clear to really, really show up. But yeah, you can see that little sparkle in there. All right. So let's get Mr. Three-Headed Dragon out here. So these side pieces will still be a little bendy because they're thin. I mean, it's hard, but they're still bendy. So today, I am going to be working on my trivets. So not much as far as cleanup, just a little bit down here. All right, let's see. Oh yeah, he came out cute. He definitely came out cute. So let me, this is much lighter than I thought it was gonna be. I know in the camera it's showing it pretty dark, but here it's more of like a lilac color, but it's still gorgeous. I have a little bit of cleanup to do in there. I'm just gonna let it sit a little bit more. Let me get my gold pen. And I am just going to, let me kind of zoom back. Oh, the other way. There we go. I want you zoomed in a little, but all right, so I'm just gonna run it over the, like the tip of these little spiky things. So that's why I'm using this narrow one. I do have a little tiny area that I got to clean up. Oop, get over here. There we go. All right, so I want to stay in frame. So basically, I'm just kind of highlighting the high spots on his spiky things. Just like that. I think it just kind of gives a little something to bring them out a little bit. And this one here. And I'm just gonna do just like a line down through the center. And he's still pretty bendy, so all right. And I guess we might as well do a little on these guys too. If I miss anything, I know you guys are gonna be, you're gonna be letting me know. That's for sure. I think it just kind of, it gives it almost like an antique kind of look. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good. I'm debating, do I use a red marker for the eyes or do I use UV in red? I think I'm gonna try I don't know where I put my oil pens. Oh, right here. I don't know if I have a good red in here. Yeah. All right. So these are, they're just oil-based paint pens. And you have 2 tips on these. So you have a nice little skinny one. And yeah, this is gonna work. Come on. You can tell I've only had 1 coffee this morning. All right. And there is absolutely no bubbles in this guy at all. Yeah, so what do you guys think? So again, I want to thank Maria so much for getting me this. And I'm gonna color in his nostrils. Come on. There. I figured I needed some little dark spots in his claw creases. There. And we are done. So yeah, let me know what you think. I think he came out amazing. I think one of my better ones. Oh, so I'm gonna let everything dry and then I will get some final pictures and I'll get that cleaned up a little bit and I will see you guys on the next one. And again, here are our little extras. Let me put a little something on Mr. Turtle. Some little eyes or something. Yeah. So here we have it. Alrighty, guys. I will see you on the next one. Thank you so much, guys. Bye.